he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Forced out to his left. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
From the 41, Tannehill. He'll get this complete to Batson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
Well, here's a throw. It's complete. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did. He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
To throw is Tannehill. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 18. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It was Bud Dupree fighting through and making the tackle. We're scoreless after 1. Now on 2nd and 13. Winston. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3rd and short yardage. Winston.
That's caught by Marquez Callaway.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
They go play action. Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Winston. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. Touchdown, Saints. Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
2nd and 10.
Tannehill now to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. And this is caught. It's Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this one caught by Beasley.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And he'll go out of bounds
is inside the 15-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
To throw is Winston.
And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Tannehill on 1st down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Tannehill. And it's a Titans touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Titans are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Crosby with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Play action now. Winston on the move to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Throwing, Winston. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. Touchdown! touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston.
And the Saints would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
They'll start with a give to Henry.
First down and much more for Henry. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Titans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
He'll have a first down and more past the 20. There goes Mark Ingram. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Mark Ingram, 95 yards.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big time, John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action, it's Tannehill. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill flushed out right. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. On the return, Deontay Harris. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to go deep for Beasley.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Titans are going to take over here up near the 40. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
Man, you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level in what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And, yes, out come the flags. Well, we know how difficult it is to slow down Derrick Henry. That time they went to the face mask, and that's a pretty easy call.
They're just trying to figure out any way possible to get him down, but you just have to wonder if that might make him just a little bit madder. He already runs angry, and that's when he's in a good mood.
On 1st down, Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Here's Tannehill. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill buying, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Winston. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for him, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. And his throw here is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Tannehill. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Tannehill. Got him in. It's Brown. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Winston. The screen pass here to Cohen. And they can't bring him down. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Trying to lay one up deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Ain't doing
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Lots of look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Dancing to his left. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And that is incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Tannehill's throw taken in by Samuel. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. To the air again, Tannehill. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Off play action, Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Henry again. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, were they about 95% chance of winning?
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to run some clock with Ingram. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 79 yards. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he goes out right around the 39. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Throwing again is Tannehill.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together to watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
The tight end Jarwin with it out on the left side. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Tannehill throwing again. He finds his man, complete. It's Brown. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points.